I think that place of inspiration is divine within itself. Like that is spirit moving. Like I believe that creativity is what connects us all, and it's that force that makes a flower bloom. It's that force that turns a seed into a tree. And I think that that force can move within us, and it does move within us. And so taking time, taking space to just be quiet, to breathe, to let that process happen. There's nothing you can say to a seed to make it sprout, you know? All it just is that time. It just is being in the right environment. So I find that as human beings, again, being in that natural environment where things are unfolding in good timing. It's nothing that has to be forced. It's nothing that has to be, pushed. It just is. And when I began Black Arts Retreat, it was just in the U.S. It was in the Northeast U.S. where I, was born and raised. I'm from New Jersey, lived in and out of New Jersey and New York, my whole life. And you can get in a pace, particularly in New York, that's just like bang, bang, bang. And so personally, I needed a space to just breathe, and just remember who I am. Being in creative spaces was definitely that place. And then, my study, my experience with improvisation and that new thing that arises when people get together and they have that space to just create something. Like I got to know for myself that that's very powerful, but then I also got to study, how that process and how that practice has been a part of, our tradition since the beginning of time. Like let's make something new. Let's get together and see what we can create. Which again I think is a totally spiritual and divine place. Like thinking about a freestyle cipher, when folks get together and it's just like the words come and the boom bap comes and the dance comes and you just kind of, and it rises and it rises and it can come down and it can rise again. It's again, it's totally divine, totally inspired, and in that daily movement of like work, home, cycle, maybe work, home, hang, work, home, drink, work, home, whatever it is. And in the West, particularly, a lot of work. It's like, where is there time or space to do that? So starting Black Arts Retreat really came out of a need that I felt and that I saw around me, for us to just take a moment, get back to ourselves. Because as you said, it's a construction that's imposed upon us that we have to live a certain way, And throughout time, this is not necessarily the way we always live.